In a rare public admission, Pakistan's Foreign Minister Ishaq Dar has said that India never agreed to any third-party mediation on issues between the two countries, directly undercutting US President Donald Trump's claim that he had brokered a ceasefire in the wake of Operation Sindoor. Dar also said that a ceasefire offer had come via the US. There was a suggestion that there would be a dialogue between India and Pakistan at an independent place. Dar further revealed that when Pakistan asked US Secretary of State Marco Rubio about Trump's mediation claim, he categorically clarified that India has always maintained it is a bilateral issue. Ajay Jandal is joining us for more details on this story. Ajay, Ishaq Dar spilling the beans, revealing what really happened.
Yes, you rightly said, because not only the Ishaq Dar, even in the past we have seen that many a time Pakistani leaders, Pakistani forces officials, they were saying this, but it was only Donald Trump who wanted to basically take the credit. Why he was trying to do the same, that is well known to everyone, because he was thinking of the award, I think, and that's why. But otherwise, if you see that now, none other than Deputy Prime Minister of Pakistan himself is saying that India categorically says no to the third-party mediation between India and Pakistan, even as far as the ceasefire is concerned. And he says that yes, after during the Operation Sindoor, what has happened, everyone has seen, and India has refused for the third-party, mediation for the same. So it clearly shows that what India was saying, what Prime Minister Narendra Modi was saying, that we did not accept any third-party mediation, and even we did not allow anyone to interfere in the two countries' matter as far as the Operation Sindoor is concerned. That is once again exposing, that how basically he wanted to be and catch the moment of the ceasefire.
Absolutely. In fact, Colonel Mayank Chaubey, defense expert, is also joining us now live. Colonel Chaubey, what can be read into the Foreign Minister of Pakistan's statements? Does this completely bust the ceasefire claims once and for all?
Absolutely, Uday. You are absolutely right. Now, what happens in Pakistan? The army rules the roost. So whatever the foreign minister or any of the ministers, they give a statement, it cannot be without the blessings of the army chief. So whatever we hear, we can safely conclude that these are the intentions of the army chief. So now we find that the army has been pushed against the wall. They have got no escape route. So they want to flash the olive branch to India and to show to the world that we are a very soft nation. We don't want any confrontation with our neighbors. But then this has to be taken with a pinch of salt. It cannot be a slip of the tongue. It is a very carefully worded statement. If you notice that in this statement to Al Jazeera, the foreign minister of Pakistan, he makes a mention of the Jafar Express also. Now, what happens is after the Jafar Express incident, the DG ISPR, he went on to say that he could see an Indian hand behind it. Now, in this interview, Mr. Ishaq Dar has clarified that this thing was totally internal. He was saying that we should not take the internal matters and keep blaming each other. And in that, he gave the example of Jafar Express. He said that like Jafar Express was an internal issue. So in one interview, he has busted the Pakistani claims, their narrative, and also put themselves in a very embarrassing state. And of course, Mr. Trump is also facing an embarrassing situation because he went on to say that he was the person who was behind the ceasefire declaration. So not only the Indian side has clarified, now even the Pakistani side has come up and said that there was no mediation from the American side and no whatsoever from the American president. So many things have come out in this interview, and very interesting interview. We have to keep waiting and watching as to what next the Pakistanis do. Pretty skeptical about it. Yes, please, Uday.
Okay, let me in fact ask you then, Colonel Chaubey, also about the fact that why it took so long for Pakistan to actually say the truth now. At that point, we all remember how Shehbaz Sharif had tried to heap all sorts of praise on Donald Trump after his mediation claims. We also saw how, the army chief had gone to the White House as well, reportedly recommended President Trump for a Nobel Peace Prize as well. But now, finally, Ishaq Dar speaks the truth that we knew all along.
Exactly. And what you made a mention of General Asim Munir going to the White House, I say that over a platter, this general has sold the sovereignty of his country. And it's a fact. As we see, the moment he came back, the Americans were active and they were speaking against the Iranians and their action in Afghanistan. So we all can safely conclude that Field Marshal Asim Munir didn't go to Washington without any purpose. There was a purpose behind it, and he practically sold out his country to the Americans. But then later, I think they realized, because when the photographs and the videos of the SCO summit came out, where they found that the Prime Minister of India, Mr. Narendra Modi, having a very heart-to-heart chat and a very good banter with the Chinese Premier, Xi Jinping, and the Russian boss, Mr. Putin. So this sent shockwaves around the world. And they found that a very good bonhomie was being established between three world leaders. So probably the Americans realized their folly, and that resulted in this tweet which President Trump makes on the occasion of the birthday of the Prime Minister. And the Prime Minister very gracefully accepts and responds to it. And before that also there was a tweet which I find to be a reconciliatory tweet after the faux pas that they and their advisors had created in the world scenario.
Okay, thank you for joining us, Colonel Chobe, with your perspective.